Well, it's a beautiful morning up here in Alpharetta, and we're at McFarland400. It's a store we try to come to when we're over on this side of town. And it's been a while since we've done a bourbon hunt here, so we're going to update our bourbon hunt and see what they've got in the way of store picks, maybe some allocated stuff, and what's on their shelf. So come inside with us. Well, let's head in and see what the McFarland400 has on their shelf. Well, here's their new arrivals. And we get right into their store picks right up front. Well, the Traveler has showed up here. A nice selection of barrel products. Of course, the Green River that we love so much. Fiddler. Bower Hill. I still have a Bower Hill that I need to try. There's your Kings. Some James E. Pepper, 1776. Calumet. Well, they got a decent selection of Garrison Brothers, too. Bardstown. You just can't go wrong with Bardstown. Oh, here's a nice selection of Mill and Green. I really like that very small batch. I thought that was quite tasty. Local distillery, Legends. Remedy. We thought that was a decent budget bourbon. Our Michter's. Some new Lous there. Redemption. Redwood Empire. There's our short barrel. Ben Holiday, we love that. Actually, I'm seeing more and more Ragged Branch. And a couple of them are supposed to be pretty good. And look, they've got a weeded bourbon. I haven't seen that one. Boondocks. We've got the, I think this one here, this American whiskey, this one's 7. We've got an 11 that we need to try. Heaven's Door. Frey Ranch. Southern Star. That came out pretty high on a recent blind we did, compared to some very well-known wheated bourbons. The Maker's Mark cask strength, you can never go wrong with that, and it's always such a good price. What else we got here? George Dickel, we got some Doc Swinsons down here. Oh, like 6 different Doc Swinsons. Nice. Jesse James. Chattanooga. What do we have here today? The rye, the 91, the cask strength, the 111, cask 111, which I think is a really good product, and the bottle and bond, which is good. Wild Turkey. Ezra Brooks. 3-chord. These are Woodfords. And they've got a couple store pick Woodfords. They've got 2 different store picks. I've tasted both of them. They're from their affiliate store, Turtle Creek, and they both were quite good. Quite an upgrade from the regular Woodford Reserve. Derringer, Elijah Craig, Rabbit Hole. We still love this Cave Hill as one of our favorite 4 grains. Wilderness Trail. Casey Jones. I'm seeing Casey Jones more and more. And they got a pretty good selection of them. We have, I think, this barrel cut. And we thought it was pretty good, but it's a whiskey, not a bourbon. It's a corn whiskey. Stranahan's. Smoke Wagon. Do you know I've yet to try a Smoke Wagon as far as a bottle? I've tried samples, but I've never tried or never bought one of their bottles. There's a Master Pick 14, a couple Penelopes, Chicken Cock, Pinhook. We like their vertical series. Oak and Eden. Those are the guys that put these staves in the bottles. Very unique. And I actually tried them and thought they were pretty good. I just have not had a chance to buy one of their bottles. Now there you go. Old Elk Cigar Cut. I've heard that's one of the best cigar cuts out there for the money. And this Company Distilling. We've got a bottle of that. We've got to get that on our first pour. And all the rage these days, the James E. Pepper, and look at that, $59.99. As well as the Old Pepper single barrel. Now, I'm sorry, this is their bottled and bond. They have a single barrel on one of the barrel tops, and that single barrel is delicious. And here's your Joseph E. Magnus. Well, on the end, underneath the big bullet sign, what do you expect to see? Of course, bullet. And they got the 1.75 liters, and the 7.5, and man, I'm not sure I've ever seen a bullet that price. That's a pretty good price if you're a bullet fan. Michter's, you know, I do like the Michter's, but I wish I could find some of the other Michter's varieties, some of the harder to find, and you just never find them. This is pretty much all you ever see with Michter's, and that's a shame. You know, I keep seeing this Rare Stash places, and it's always a little high priced, and it's a blended whiskey, so if you've had it, why is it so pricey? Is it that good? Is it really that rare? And 15 stars. I mean, you always see the 15 stars up there in price. I've never had one. Let me know what you think about it. You know, I've heard good things on different YouTube sites, but I've never heard from somebody that's just a regular, that buys it, that drinks it. Is it worth the price? And this Mexican whiskey, you know, I've seen this a couple places now. Is this getting popular? I don't know, but I'm seeing this more and more. And Bowman Brothers. Now, I will tell you with Bowman Brothers you can't go wrong, but you get what you pay for with the small batch Bowman Brothers. It's okay, it's just not that good. Now, if you see the John J. Bowman, you need to grab it, because it is the best bourbon, in my estimation, that you're going to find from them, and it is delicious. Here's the Bib, the 6, and the Double Char. I actually like the Double Char, and for the money, I think it's a pretty good bourbon. Well, here's a new one, American Hell House. All right, for $50? I'm not too sure about that. You know, I know everyone loves the single barrel proof, but this single barrel select, which is what, 47%, so what, 96, something like that proof. It's actually very good bourbon or Tennessee whiskey, and for $49, yeah, I got one. I keep one on my shelf. If I empty it, I buy another. Baker 7. Now, Baker 7 can be a pricey bottle in some stores. That seems to be an excellent price. And if you're thinking about getting into double oak bourbons, This is not a bad way to start. This Noble Oak at $36.99. See if you like that oaky profile. It's actually a decent bourbon and a very good price. Heaven Hill, $49.99. If you don't have a Heaven Hill in your bar, you need to come down here or go to your local bottle shop and buy one. I see them at great prices. It is an absolutely must-have in your bar. And Green River Wheated Bourbon. Now I like their regular bourbon okay, but their wheated bourbon, $34.99. And here's what I was talking about with their store picks. They've got 2 store picks, and number 1 and 2, and as I understand it, the managers over at Turtle Creek, the manager and his wife, one picked 1 and one picked 2. I seem to remember liking 2 better than 1, but they have them both here, and they're both very good, and they're such an upgrade from the standard Woodford Reserve. Now, I have to admit, I've not tried a bourbon finished in this Calvador barrel. I have to look that up. Starlight comes out with a lot of good finishes, and you know, they've gotten some awards for what they're doing. And if you've not tried the Georgia Hotwood Fiddler, you're really missing out. This is a very unique, very flavorful double oak style bourbon. It's a single barrel, and $79.99. That's pretty much the best price I see these going for. So this is definitely a must-have in your bar. And this Watershed single barrel strength, I highly recommend it. I've got one. I actually bought one here. It is a fabulous barrel proof strength. It is a fabulous single barrel bourbon. And another one I highly recommend, the Old Pepper Single Barrel Bourbon. If you like the Decanter series, I think you're going to like this one even more. And it seems everybody's looking for the James E. Pepper Barrel Proof Decanter series. Well, they have a lot of them here, and let me tell you, I bought a few of these. That's an excellent price. Now look at that. They've got the Fiddler Toasted, both the bourbon and the rye, for $69.99. And these are both, I think, cask strength? Yeah. Wow. That is a good price. Wow, what a nice store that McFarland400 has. And I spent some time off camera talking with Tech Kim, the store manager, and his relationship with Turtle Creek Wine and Spirits over in Bethlehem. They're kind of like sister stores. We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're in the Alpharetta area, you'll come and visit Tech and shop at his fine store. So we'll see you next time on Bourbon Hunt.